Welcome students. Uh, in previous two lectures we have seen the methods for the preparation of alkyl halides or monohalogen derivatives of alkanes. Now these two methods which we have seen in the previous lecture, we have already studied in the 11th standard. The first method, it was from alkanes, which we have come across in the 11th standard as a topic. The second method was from alkenes, which again was a topic from the 11th standard, that is alkenes. Now in today's lecture we are going to see how these alkyl halides are prepared from alcohols. We don't have the topic alcohols in the 11th standard, so this will be a totally new method for the preparation of alkyl halides, and the name of the method is by action of hydrogen halide or halogen acid on alcohols. In my previous lecture I have told you the difference between hydrogen halide and halogen acid. When I say hydrogen halide, it is pure and dry hydrogen halide, maybe HCl hydrogen chloride, HBr hydrogen bromide, or HI hydrogen iodide. But when I say halogen acid, it will be an aqueous solution, that is hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid and hydroiodic acid. Okay, we are going to take both halogen acid as well as hydrogen halide, but then we have to see where we are going to use hydrogen halide and where we are going to use halogen acid. ठीक आहे, आता इथं काय होणार आहे की काही रिएक्शन्स मध्ये आपल्याला हायड्रोजन हालाइड याचा अर्थ हायड्रोजन क्लोराइड किंवा हायड्रोजन ब्रोमाइड किंवा हायड्रोजन आयोडाइड वापरायला लागेल, आणि काही ठिकाणी आपल्याला हॅलोजन ऍसिड म्हणजे हायड्रोक्लोरिक ऍसिड किंवा हायड्रोब्रोमिक ऍसिड किंवा हायड्रोआयोडिक ऍसिड जे आहे ते आपल्याला वापरावं लागणार आहे. आता आपण बघूया की कुठं आपल्याला हायड्रोजन हालाइड वापरायला लागते आणि कुठं आपल्याला हॅलोजन ऍसिड वापरायला लागतं. ओके, आता आपल्याला स्टार्टिंग मटेरियल जे आहे ते अल्कोहोल आहे, दॅट इज ROH, and when this alcohol it reacts with HCl, I have taken hydrogen chloride, pure and dry hydrogen chloride, and now this hydrogen chloride is taken and this is treated with ZnCl2. So the reaction is carried out in place of ZnCl2, and the HCl and ZnCl2 is nothing but Lucas reagent. Okay, so when alcohol reacts with this Lucas reagent, that is HCl and ZnCl2, what happens? You get this H and this OH is removed in the form of H2O, and this Cl is added over here, so you get RCl, that is alkyl halide, as the product. Okay, alkyl halide. Now we are going to take different examples of alcohols and we are going to treat it with this hydrogen halide, okay, or HCl. We will take primary alcohol. Okay, so for primary alcohol I will take this example, CH3, CH2 and OH. This is ethyl alcohol, which we all know is a primary alcohol. When ethyl alcohol is taken and this is treated with HCl in place of ZnCl2, okay, what we get? You get ethyl chloride as the product. CH3, CH2 and Cl plus H2, ethyl chloride. Okay, you get ethyl chloride as the product. Suppose if we change the alcohol, instead of taking ethyl alcohol, which was a primary alcohol, if I take this alcohol CH3, CHOH and CH3, which is isopropyl alcohol, which is a secondary alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, which is a secondary alcohol. And if I carry out this particular isopropyl alcohol and when I treat it with HCl, in presence of ZnCl2, that is Lucas reagent. Okay, what will get? This OH will be replaced by Cl and you will get CH3, CH, then Cl and CH3 plus H2O. You get isopropyl chloride. That means when I take primary alcohol, I get primary alkyl halide. If I take secondary alcohol, I get secondary alkyl halide. Okay? And suppose if I take tertiary alcohol, CH3, C, CH3, then CH3 and OH, tertiary butyl alcohol, and if I treat it with HCl again, okay, what will happen? You will get this OH will be replaced by Cl, so you will get CH3, C, CH3, here there will be Cl and CH3 plus H2O. This is tertiary butyl chloride. Tertiary butyl chloride. Now, if you carefully look at these three reactions, you will find while writing the reaction with ethyl alcohol, I have specifically mentioned ZnCl2 and I have said Lucas reagent. Okay. In the isopropyl alcohol, again I have written ZnCl2. But in tertiary alcohol, I have written nothing. That means I have not written ZnCl2. So, for tertiary alcohol, ZnCl2 is not required. Okay? That means ZnCl2 is not there. Though this is Lucas reagent, for tertiary alcohol, we do not require this ZnCl2. That means without ZnCl2 also the reaction take place. When I have taken ethyl alcohol, I have taken HCl, that is hydrogen halide. Okay, so this is hydrogen chloride. For isopropyl alcohol, again I have taken HCl, that is hydrogen chloride. And for tertiary alcohol, I have taken HCl, this is hydrochloric acid. So this is halogen acid. This is hydrogen halide. And this is hydrogen halide. And when we take hydrogen halide, that means it will be pure and dry, that means concentrated. And when I take halogen acid, this will be diluted with water. That means for primary alcohols, we require pure and dry hydrogen chloride as a gas. In secondary alcohol, again we require pure and dry hydrogen chloride as a gas. And for tertiary alcohol, it is not necessary that you should have pure and dry hydrogen chloride gas. So the aqueous solution will be sufficient. That means you will say that when this particular reaction takes place, tertiary alcohol reacts in a faster manner, okay, though conditions are mild, you get the product very easily. Then the secondary alcohol, then the primary alcohol. That means the sequence of this particular reaction will be like this. Tertiary alcohol are more reactive than secondary alcohol, which are more reactive than primary alcohol. So the reactivity sequence will be like this. tertiary will be more reactive than secondary, and that will be more reactive than primary. Okay. Now you will say that if this particular reaction can be used as a distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Okay. We know tertiary alcohols, they react easily. So in this particular tertiary alcohol, what we have to do, when you carry out this particular reaction, you get this particular reaction immediately. Okay. For secondary alcohol, that is isopropyl alcohol, the reaction takes place after 5 minutes. And when you take primary alcohol, the reaction will take place after 10 minutes. Okay. But how you are going to find out whether the reaction is complete within 5 minutes or 10 minutes or immediately? You get the alkyl halide, okay, and these alkyl halides, that is, they are in the form of turbidity. Okay, so you get turbidity after 10 minutes, turbidity after 5 minutes, and immediate turbidity. So this will be a distinguishing test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. Okay, so for distinguishing test we have to use Lucas reagent, and Lucas reagent is nothing but hydrogen halide or halogen acid. Primary alcohols react with these hydrogen halides and it takes a certain amount of time, say for example 10 minutes. The secondary alcohol, they react fast in a faster manner and the reaction takes place after 5 minutes. And tertiary alcohols, they immediately react with these hydrogen halides, okay, and you get the product. And therefore, when you take Lucas reagent, you may say that for primary alcohol, the turbidity is obtained after 10 minutes. For the secondary alcohol, turbidity is after 5 minutes, and for tertiary alcohol, immediate turbidity is obtained. Okay, so this is the third method for the preparation of these alkyl halides by using this hydrogen halide or halogen acid. Okay, now instead of taking hydrogen halide or halogen acid, you may take HBr or you may take HI. Okay, instead of taking chlorine, you can take bromine and you can take iodine. Now, if you want to prepare HBr, okay, if you want to take HBr, then you directly cannot take HBr. You have to prepare this HBr in situ, that means at the reaction site, and for that you have to take sodium bromide, NaBr, and this is treated with H2SO4. And when sodium bromide is treated with H2SO4, you get HBr as the product. Okay, so you get HBr plus NaHSO4. That means when you have to carry out the reaction, don't directly carry out the reaction with HBr, take NaBr and H2SO4. Okay, say for example, you get CH3, CH2OH, and this is treated with sodium bromide, NaBr, and H2SO4. This will produce HBr, okay, and you will get CH3, CH2 and Br. Okay, you will get the product CH3, CH2, Br. And suppose if we want to prepare alkyl iodide, then instead of taking HI, we have to prepare this HI in situ, that means at the reaction site, and for that you have to take Ki potassium iodide with phosphoric acid H3PO4. When Ki and phosphoric acid is used, what happens? You get K3PO4. You have to take 3 times, okay, plus thrice HI. And this HI you can take over here. KiH3PO4 means HI, okay, and you will get CH3CH2I, that is ethyl iodide. So HCl you can directly take. For HBr we require NaBr and H2SO4, and for HI we require Ki and H3PO4. This HI or HBr, they are prepared at the reaction site, and that is nothing but the in situ. In situ means at the site of the reaction. Okay, so this was the third method by which we have taken alcohols and we have treated with either HCl or HBr or HI. We can prepare these alkyl halides from alcohol by using phosphorus halides and thionyl chloride also, but that we'll see in the next lecture. Thank you.